Welcome everybody to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today I got something really special for you guys because the game decided to give me something very special. Now, normally whenever they have these reveals and stuff videos, I tend to ignore them and just get the Cliff Notes version from the rest of my guild, where they just give me the essentially what the new LF is and the banner that I'm going to be skipping. This time around, I wake up and I don't look at my Discord chat, and I go straight to the notification that was going to be around, I think, 6 or 7 in the morning. I woke up a little bit under 8 o'clock, maybe 7:55 or so, and I was greeted with a notification from YouTube telling me that the video just dropped. So I clicked on it and watched it all the way through, and when they got to the obvious bait of them finishing and you're supposed to click off, I know to stay, so I go ahead and I look and I see this character pop up. And if you guys know anything about me, and I know I have some viewage of people that watch my stuff, you guys know that I am a big fan of Videl. Like, she is literally my unironically my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. Mainly due to other external reasonings, but she is my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z, bar none. Like, yeah. And to see this unit pop up for Legends Fest 2024, I'm thinking to myself, man, did they just give me what I wanted for my birthday? My birthday is this month in December, and I'm thinking to myself, they gave me which is fine, I have no issues with Mai, but they gave me the Videl I've been asking for since the game started way back when Sparking Yellow Videl came out. Now, I know you guys are looking at a black screen right now. I totally understand it. You guys may have clicked out for it, but I need to preface this. This unit I've been waiting for since the game started. And so I have this YouTube video, alright? I'm going to be very selective on what I'm going to show because I don't want to have copyright or whatever, but the Videl ends up popping up here, and I'm just going to play this right here. So when I saw this, I did not know who this could have been, because honestly, this could be anybody in the show. Let's be fair. But the pink should have been a giveaway. But when I saw this, I was like, well, okay, what is this? And to see this, okay, I have my complaints over this artwork in general. This has been so far like the most generic posing that Videl's ever had in any type of merchandise ever. Like, it's a personal problem. It's a good pose, but it's like the Sonic Heroes and Sonic 06 thing where you had all these stock images of these characters that they just plastered everywhere. That's how I feel about this one. But they got the pose, they got the version of the character that I fell in love with way back when I was a teenager. And this right here, I'm just gonna say, without even the game, I don't even think the game even explained it, but that's a special cover change. And I remember this being the grab from Raging Blast 2, and I think also in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So I'm assuming that's gonna be a straight counter. Berman, I've not seen any of the other big YouTubers watch this. This is all my, well, let's go ahead and back up here. I have not seen any of their takes on this, so this is completely raw here in terms of my reaction to it. Okay, so that's just a standard ult. I'm curious if that's going to end up having blast armor. If that ends up having blast armor, that already makes her way better than Mai when it comes to charging. But we'll see, because I know the green one already has blast armor on there, so I really hope that this one also has blast armor. Because that's a blue, that's a green, so I can only assume that this green is going to be a stop time and also possibly key and all that stuff. Yeah, I didn't really get to see the kit, so we're going to go through it. So this is an ult, so good. They actually gave her an ult based on the Videl Rush here. So it is so nice to see this move again. They've kind of quietly removed that move over time. They didn't include it in Fighter Z. They didn't include it in Xenoverse. They gave her that other like kick move. Was it Hawk Rush or whatever? But that is definitely the Videl Rush that they gave her from the Budokai and whatchamacallit games, the Raging Blast games. Okay, so we're gonna skip ahead here because obviously I'm probably gonna be in the camp that in the majority that I feel like this banner is probably going to overperform compared to the Daima banner. The Daima banner just to me does not seem hype enough. Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4s, the fusions, UI Goku, any iteration of it, and Broly are probably like the only characters I think in Dragon Ball that are kind of hype enough to deserve like actual, I don't know, fanfare for a celebration. You know, let's be fair. Videl is doing it for me, right? But not everybody else. Goku, anytime you bring a Goku, oh man, I got a notification from my friend here. But anytime you get a Goku in the game that is like the strongest or was like the strongest peak of him, you're gonna have fans for that. When you have Daima, you're pretty much getting something that's new material and recycling old forms, and just isn't going to do it. Mid-battle. So let's go ahead and take a look at Videl's kit here, and I'm going to pretty much give my own thoughts on it. So as I thought, that was pretty much like a special cover change. So let's go ahead and look at this here. Nice windscreen though. I'm not very familiar with that posing, but it is a good posing. So first of all, let me actually get rid of the subtitles here. First of all, she's element blue, so you know what that means. You pretty much have full reign against any potential red that comes into the game, which if we're going to be thinking about this right now, the units that came out, we got Majin Vegeta, that's not red of course, but you know, at least you're not going to be type purple and Majin Vegeta is just going to have his way with you, right? Second of all, what was the units that just came out? Man, I've you know, Goku Black, he's yellow. And then you have Vegito Blue, he's green. So Videl can pretty much just have her way against Vegito Blue, especially since she's going to be in the featured boost for right now. Oh man, that's good. Okay, sorry, I have not been really paying attention to the Goku Black and Vegito Blue meta right now, just because I feel like they've been decent-ish. They haven't been like super oppressive in the game. But anyway, so first thing, blue, good color. That means I could finally get Pan off the team, and you can have Videl, Green Videl, and then Mai, who all have different distinct colors, so no one's actually just hogging the job of the other. Based on what I believe, I think Goku's red, isn't he? I think the new Goku is going to be red. One of the new characters is red, so that means Pan's going to have a really bad time. And I think Pan is already just kind of used up her leader slot ability because she's just been primarily a GT buffer, and I've had to use her so that way she can buff the rest of the team. This time we could finally have a character that is buffing the proper tag, which lo and behold, Z ability 3, you got girls Majin Buu and Gohan. I don't know how much value you're going to get out of Gohan from me, but if the day comes that we end up getting a tag Videl and Gohan, you know for sure that they're going to be slapped on this team. So it's good to see. It's very good to see. I'm very happy about it. That anytime Videl comes in, they have buffed the girls tag. I feel like they're forced to, because that's the only tag that she is, unless they decide to really emphasize the human tag. Yeah, so already a good start just based on the stuff here. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead here. Okay, so applies the following effects itself every time this character uses a Strike Arts card. Activates once. Draw a Strike Arts card next. So you got a little bit of Green Chi-Chi, which I believe she's able to draw 3 Strike cards just in general in the battlefield. But I think this might happen every single time that this character plops in. So let's take a look at it. So you got Strike Arts card, activates once, draws a Strike card next, applies the buff effect, nullifies special actions that activate when changing cover. So if you guys remember way back when, and this tangentially feels very similar, it's like how Cooler, when Cooler love tapped you with a tap tackle into a strike card, you were pretty much just vulnerable from everything because he was able just to strike card you to death. Videl here doesn't seem like she's able to lock you in, but just because she hits you with a strike card, she could pretty much just start unconditionally for 5 seconds. Now 5 seconds may not seem like a lot of time, but it is a long time for you to get your combo in, so that seems pretty good. So let's see, applies attribute upgrade, reduces enemy sustained damage cut. So she's anybody that's probably going to be covering in, she's going to be cutting it up a little bit. Is that useful? And you know, bias aside, I don't really think it's going to be that useful. Yeah, look at that. Activation count resets after character switch or when this character uses a special arts card. Interesting. Okay, I didn't see that at my initial viewing. So anytime she comes back in, she's going to end up, all this will reset and this will come back in, or if you use the green. So she ends up using green, all this can be free game again once she gets another strike. That is interesting. Okay. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 30 to blast arts cost for 5 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. So she can pretty much be another tank-like unit, or at least be another disruption unit, similar to how Green Videl is. Green Videl's main gimmick was to come in there, take some hits, and then surprise your enemy mid-game with the key removal, all key removal, and I think destroys all, no, it doesn't destroy all cards, but just flat out 0 key, right? And this one feels like it's going to be like Yellow 18, the free-to-play Yellow 18 that my friend likes using. That pretty much just forces you to use a different type of card, and if you're just full up on blast cards, maybe at most, if you're lucky, you're going to get 2 out before you have to stop the combo prematurely, and probably be forced to go to a different character so that way they can bring out some strike cards. So interesting. Okay, interesting. Let's move up ahead forward here. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, 3. And then let's see. Unique ability restores vanish gauge to 100% upon landing a tackle or a quick attack. Activates once, and activation account resets after character switch. This, I think, is going to be the best bread and butter move for Videl here. This is such an easy thing to pull off. You guys have seen gameplay video of me. It's like you get to a point where you force a vanish. Think about this scenario. You force a vanish with like a key card, right? You move it forward. You tap attack the enemy, and by just doing that, you're going to get your vanish back. And when the enemy believes that you are vulnerable, they're just going to throw a card at mid-range because they think there's nothing you can do to stop it. Think about that for like Rising Rush counters. Like you tap tackle them or tap attack them, and then they are like, okay, he just used a vanish, I'm going to use Rising Rush right now. But they don't know that you just got your vanish back and you get priority again. At that point, you pretty much just go do your first strike attack with Videl and then swap into a different character. That is nuts. So I'm so impressed that they decided to do that with her. And of course, it resets every single time she comes in. So you can pretty much do that every single time. There's no limit to it. So in essence, this feels like a reverse version of Kawai's vanish removal. Instead of removing the vanish from the enemy team, you're consistently being able to get your own vanish back. It really does reward you for getting those vanishes that aren't quite perfect, and you can just make up for it by just getting your vanish back one more time each time you swap out. That seems very valuable. All right, 4 and 5, you get the main ability. That's still effective against opponents you have element disadvantage against, so that way you're going to go type neutral. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws ultimate card, Videl Rush. Okay, so they did call it Videl Rush. Good. Nullifies unfavorable element factors for 10, so you can pretty much just, if you're in a situation where it's you versus a purple, you can pretty much start the combo and probably finish it if you got them probably down to half health. And then nullifies, okay, cancels own attribute downgrades. So you pretty much clean your slate clean. I guess there's no other way you could say it. And you can pretty much just go with full power, or at least mostly full power. Okay, and then this here. Now I'm a little suspicious that they've already been buffing the tag. Like out of the blue, I want to say Green Videl, the movie one, to me, made me believe that they at least thought about the team. And then Mai comes out with her Z ability, buffing not just future, but also girls tag. And then this one now. Now I'm starting to think that they're going to try building along with Weapon Wielder, the girls team yet again, and just kind of give this team new life and new units to play with, because the team has been neglected big time. I think the last major release prior to Mai, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I've been playing the game for a while, so there's just a lot of units in general to think about. I think the main one that I remember searching for was the blue Berserker Kale, the EX one. Now, good as a blast sniper at the time, but like it's an EX. You're dropping all these EX girl units, right? in a game that is preferring to have either Sparking or Legends Limited or Ultra characters. It's really hard to stay competitive. So if they're going to be actually putting some Sparking girl units in here, and possibly an LF, maybe in the form of 18, I think 18 will probably get the first LF unit in general. I definitely see this team actually making a big resurgence starting next year, but my goodness, for her to be in a Legends Fest banner, she has to be pretty good, right? Mine was pretty good. I hope this one's also pretty good too. Alright, so the following effects occur when this battle starts if there's a Tag Girls member other than this character. So you guys know me. This is going to be pretty much locked and popped here. So she's going to have increased damage inflicted. I don't know how much though. Restores own health by 30% once when it reaches 0. So they finally gave her endurance. They gave a unit, one of these units, endurance. I don't think any girl unit has had endurance at all. I don't even think Berserker Kale had one. Yeah. Okay, so they finally gave her endurance. So I finally have a unit I could throw into a Rising Rush and not worry. Well, you got ones that nullify endurance, right? But you know what I mean, right? It's a unit that can feasibly survive longer than most of the other units on my team, and then increases damage inflicted by allied tag girls here. So she's giving support, right? Increases damage inflicted. So yeah, this character is going to end up being supporting the team that she's on, getting supported by them, and also getting a quick way to vanish out of danger. But I would say about maybe like a good 70% of the player base is probably not going to even notice how Videl's kit works because they're not summoning for her. I'm pretty sure people are going to be summoning on this banner anyway, but like Goku, they're going to be just playing as Goku, not Videl here. And I think for sure this Videl is going to end up being slept on in terms of counterplay. So when I do my PvP videos on this character, you're definitely going to see a lot of people confused or throwing cards out after her vanish goes through and she does a tap attack, only to be countered attacked by her. So I'm very, very impressed. They didn't show her green though. I didn't see a green at all, unless it's somewhere else here. It's the unique ability. No, yeah, they didn't show her what her green does. I guess we're gonna have to make a separate video for that whenever it pops into the game. I'll make a follow up on that. But other than that, that's pretty much my review on the character. I'm excited. I'm happy she's blue, so that means that she is a different color. We're not gonna be fighting for replacing another busted unit. If she would have been red, that would have been sad, right? But the good choice in coloring. I can only hope that the Ultra UI Goku that eventually comes out for Part 3 is not going to end up just being a green unit. Oh yeah, I just realized Vegito Blue being green does not mean that Videl's going to have a good time. It's just going to mean that she's going to have a worse time against them. Okay, yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute, green. I was talking about Vegito. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, I look forward to this character coming out. You guys know that for sure. I'm going to do my best to get the summon out as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I'll be working like the next day, the literal next day for this one. I mean, I guess it's better that I'm off that day when the summon drops. So expect that. And I will do my very best to get as much Chrono Crystals to max out this unit as soon as possible. Obviously, I don't have unlimited money like the other YouTuber guys, but I will do what I can to get this unit at least to 7 stars, and then I'll build from there. So it's definitely going to be a lot of content for you guys coming through, and it's going to be a very enjoyable Legends Fest for me. So thank you, Legends. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for listening to me ramble about my favorite character. Until then, bye bye, guys.